Alright, well go on everybody. So last time we built out the Jamaica Recipes app for the Apple TV, but one thing we're missing, we didn't add in the images. So we're not seeing nothing for jerk chicken, we just see that thing here, with a knife and a fork. We want to see actual images, and for do that, what we're gonna do, forget the actual images, is we're gonna use an API. So even if you don't know what the API is, don't worry, I'm gonna explain it. Basically, me no want go around and I take picture of every single Jamaican food myself and then put it on the computer and then put it in the app. Me no want to do that. I'd rather get it from somewhere else. So the API, I go be that thing that will help me get it from somewhere else. So let me show you what I'll go on. So the first thing I have to do is right now I look on this. And basically, as I say, yeah, we have everything we need. We have the recipes and all of that. But we're not seeing a picture. We're not seeing what Callaloo look like. We're not seeing what brown stew look like. We're not seeing what Xcode look like. So as I said, we're going to use an API to get them images here. So an API is just going to be a way how we can get the images we want from somewhere else. And that somewhere else here, are going to be a place called themealDB.com. And I'm going to maximize this for now. So basically, this is a free, it's not completely free, but basically this is a website where it's like they make it that you can get information about food and different recipes. But you can also get the images of the food. Same way like how you see them images here. So make we test it out first before we use it. Let's see if it have nothing for jerk chicken. Oop. So hit jerk chicken. And it have one image, but I would rather to see this image for jerk chicken than if I go back to the app, we'll just see this, where just like an orange thing will look like the rest of it. So what we're gonna do is like we're gonna get the data through the API, and then we're gonna show it tonight. So if we go back now to the website, and then I'll hit back. So now we'll find out how we use the API. So I'm gonna click back on home here, and then I'm gonna click on free API. And now, as I said, not really worry about the technicalities, just follow along for now. I'm gonna go down to the part where it says search by meal name. And basically we're gonna use this thing will look like a URL, but it's actually an endpoint. And what's gonna happen is that we're gonna basically get all this information. It'll come in like this. And the reason why it looks like this is because it's a JSON. Don't worry about that. Just know, sir, well, we'll get the data from mealsDB, it'll come back as this. Something called a JSON, right? But now you must wonder like what the image is. We're not seeing the image. So that's the thing though. You see when you have the coding, most of the time you're not gonna really see the actual image until you're ready to show it to the user. What you'll get it as though is something called as a URL. So you see that part here will say images, meal, whatever, JPG. That's how you know it's an image. So if I should click on this, this was the image, right? And this is what we want. Well, not that exact food here, but you get me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect to the API and we're gonna get all of the data here, and then we're gonna take out that part you will name str meal thumb. I'm guessing that's meal thumbnail. And then we'll just get that URL here. And we're gonna use that for show the image. If this is confusing, no worry. We're gonna make Claude kind of help you out with this. And if you have any comments, just add the comments. But before we do that though, let's try something else. Let's make sure some have at least Aki. So say ACK Aki. Alright. And give a description and all of that already. And let's just click this. And you see, we'll get an image. And I would rather to have this. Let me see what we're showing at the app for Aki. Yeah, we just show this right just at a green something here. Me, no one just show that. National dish for loud, you know? So now what we're gonna do then is we're gonna go back to here to the website, right? Back. And we're gonna just copy that URL here, or the endpoint here. And we're gonna go over back to Xcode. Right? And we can stop the simulator for now. And then we'll go over here and we're gonna say, yo, we're gonna give the endpoint and we'll say, yo, take the endpoint here. And then boom, get the data there. And then make sure you take out the part there for the image, the URL part there. And then we're gonna use that to show the image. But no, it kind of seems weird we're turning a URL to a whole imagery you can see, but that's how it is on pretty much every app. So let's just get to it. So we'll say, hey, I'm gonna say use the mealDB API to get real images of the food recipes. And then I'll get the endpoint or the URL. I'm actually press Shift Enter so it's up on a new line. Paste that. And then, so right now I'm just use the default. It's gonna know so basically if a saltfish, if a ackee, it's gonna change the party to ackee. Or if a jerk chicken, it'll change the party to jerk or etc. Alright? So I'll just remove that and just tell it, say, yo, I'll just get this. So it will know. Enter. And let's just see what Claude really do with this. Alright, so now actually what we could do too is drag this over so you're not distracted by all of that. So the user wants to use a mealD API to fetch real food images for the recipes. Yeah. And like it says it right here. So you see like oh, but they'll tell it like, yo, put the name of the food here. It already pick up say that may I say from get enough context. So yeah. So now it'll write up a thing. Let's make it do that. Okay. So now I start doing thing. Alright, let's see what it's doing. So it'll write a thing. And okay, it's a build succeeded. I feel like that was really fast. And now it'll give with a summary. I'll wait till summary done. I notice someone like reading the summary. So I'll go in a second. Alright, so this is the summary right here. Pause the video, check it out. For now, I'm gonna hit play or run. And now, instead of seeing, boom, you see? So now we actually see like what the meal is instead of like just like a basic one. I'm guessing for escovitch fish, the reason I'm never having an image for that is because more than likely the API, mealDB, doesn't have images for that. But it have festival, it have brown stew chicken. You know what I mean? And you see like the brown stew chicken up there too. I like that. You see oxtail, stew, curry goat, breakfast, callaloo. So it has a lot of images, but some obviously it's missing. It have red pea soup, it might not have pepper pot or so. Surprised it now have beef patty, but it have other things. And honestly, I like the experience here even way better. Cause before it was just like really plain, everything kind of looked the same. So yeah, tell me in the comments what you think. Alright, cool. So right now, this is looking really good, right? So let me go over to the other tab and come back over here, and this still look good. So right now, as we said, we'll just replace them, all the static images, think them will just look like the same, with more real life pictures of the food we want. So we are even a step closer to where we could have pushed this in the App Store. All right. So yeah, in the next video, what we're gonna do is basically switch from using, right now we're using something called async image to show the image. Don't really worry about that. But you have a better way what we can use. We can use something called SD Web Image Swift UI. And it's basically just like a package that you can add so you can handle caching. Alright? But yeah, if you like the video and you want some more, definitely like, comment, and share. And again, you're here with the Nerdy Yardy. And remember the motto, anyone can learn anything with time, practice, and failures. Alright? I'm out.